Hello, and welcome to Question and Statement. This week, we're broadcasting live from Honolulu, Hawaii. I'm here as always with my good friend and the creator of Q and S, Lance Foster. Thanks, Nigel, and as always, it's a pleasure to be here. I just hope I don't get a sunburn, 'cause it sure is hard to turn over when you are paralyzed from the neck down. Ha ha. Ha. Our first question tonight is from a local girl named Anmi, and she asks, why do so few Hawaiians vote in the presidential election? I've often been asked that question, and it reminds me of a story my grandmother told me when I was just a little boy, much like yourself. She said that in the beginning there was one man and one woman. They had sexual relations that resulted in 2 boys, and then somehow we ended up with over 6 billion people. I don't know how they did it, and frankly, I'd be afraid to ask them, even if I could. I can only tell you this for sure: watching your aunt while she's on the potty is child's play, compared to banging your own mother 6 billion times. Rock the vote. This next question addresses the controversy that arose over some of the comments in last week's show, and the reader asks, are you a Jew who is ashamed of his heritage, or are you an anti-Semite who just hates Jews, or are you a Jew who only hates other Jews because you feel they embody the stereotype you've been able to shed with all your money and accolades? Yes, no, and sometimes, but not necessarily in that order. I think perhaps, on that note, we'll take a short break and be back to wrap things up.
Have you ever woken up and walked into your bathroom at 4 o'clock in the morning, only to find this staring up at you? Just think, if you'd been using our revolutionary new product, alcohol, she would have looked like this, and you'd have no problem thing her all night, like a stallion.
We're back, folks, and our last question of the night is from James in Roanoke, and he asks, if I bury my dog in an Indian's grave, will he come back? And if so, will I just have to kill him again, or will this be that rare anomaly that beats the odds? Well, James, I don't know if that is so much a question as it is an idiotic rambling, but perhaps a little story can help you out in coping with your rotting dog's carcass. One Christmas Eve night, when I was 8, I got up from bed to get a drink of water. As I walked past the kitchen, I saw Santa Claus humping my mother on the couch. I screamed, and it woke up my father, who beat me and told me there was no Santa Claus, and that my mother was a whore. I can't say for sure that the man with his knee locked in my mama was Santa, but if he was, the shotgun blast from my daddy's 12 gauge certainly killed him. So in summation, there is no Santa Claus. Now I bet you've forgotten all about that dog, haven't you? However, if you do dig up the Indian's grave, make sure to check for arrowheads, because they're a very important part of our country's history. Well, that's our show. As always, I'd like to thank the audience, as well as all the people out there sending us your letters. Keep them coming. Until next week, try to take the advice of a Pollock and never go third. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.